White boy can be a nigga. A Mexican, nah. Yeah, nah. And when I say nigga, I don't just mean the black. A white boy can be a nigga. A Mexican can be a nigga. Whatever can be a nigga. Mm-hmm. It ain't just a black thing. So I'm talking to all y'all motherfuckers out here, all the real niggas, and all the niggas in general. I'm just saying, like, we do shit for our liking, and we don't understand that the shit we doing affects the people around us. We don't understand. Like, we think we're going through it, but we have to remember that when we do shit and we go down for it, we still got people in our corners that go down with us, that feel the same way we do. You feel me? Like, they depressed too when the nigga go down. If you got real people out there, you feel me? And, you know, I didn't really understand that. I didn't understand that until this happened. Feel me? It took all this for me to understand what I'm doing is affecting people. Because, I mean, my family told me, you know, my brother ain't mean nothing by it, or he didn't really mean, but I know what he meant by it. I know it wasn't meant to hurt me, or it wasn't meant to discourage me or make me feel less than what I was feeling. But he knew what he was telling me, and I knew what he was telling me, because that's my little bro, and I love him to death. I would kill and die for that nigga. I would give my life just so he can be back. From straight up, I swear to God on my daughter, and I don't put nothing on my daughter that ain't true. But my little brother, he told me the first time I went to prison when I was 17, when I caught my case, he told me when I got out of prison, I did 8 years on that. He said when I went to prison, it affected him. And that's one of the reasons why he started drinking and smoking. Because when I went in prison, when I went to jail on that case, my brother wasn't doing nothing.
Nope.
He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't do none of that. My brother, he was looked at as, you know, the one that was going to make it out of all of us. Because he had that future. He was smart as a motherfucker. Smart as fuck on Crip. I don't understand why this happened to him. But he was smart than a motherfucker, and I'm going to miss him to death. I'm going to miss him. He's humble. He ain't did nothing to nobody. He was humble and all that. And I wouldn't let him fight. If I was around, he wouldn't fight. You can ask anybody that knew us together. My brother wasn't doing no.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I was fighting all his fights. Nigga, I drove from San Diego to Las Vegas just to defend him one time. Me, my baby mama, and my daughter. Nigga, when we got to Vegas, I hopped out the car on them two niggas like, what's happening, nigga? On Crip. And if you think I'm lying, you can ask his baby mama, you can ask my baby mama, you can ask whoever that was there. I ain't gonna put the two niggas I hopped out on out, but they was down moves. But they didn't want no problems. Cause I hopped out on some real life over my brother. It's gonna be some problems. So what I'm saying is, you know, my little brother Marco, he was the future for the family until my stupid ass, until my bad acting ass, until my wannabe hard ass got into my trouble and brought him down with me. That I brought down his shit. I brought him down with me, not knowing that that's what I was doing. Because my brother, he genuinely cared and loved me. He looked up to me. I looked up to him. I used to be jealous for him because he had the future. You know, back then he had the girls. He had everything I did. He had the attention. He had the smarts. He was good in school. All that. He was popular. But, you know, my bad habits and attitude brought him down life beat him up. Life beat my brother up on Crip. It beat him up. And, you know, I wasn't ashamed. I never was ashamed of my brother. Never. But I knew what life did to him. On the side, I wasn't going to tell him. But I knew. And it wasn't sympathy. It was, I felt bad because I knew what I cost my brother. I knew what I cost him. So that's why I did what I stood up for him. I gave him when I had him. Like Marco, he didn't deserve what he got. And I'm letting motherfuckers know. You feel me? If I find out anything when I get out of prison, you better pack your family up and leave. Nigga, on Crip. And that's not a threat. I'm not lying. Like, I hopefully nothing, nobody touched my brother or made that happen to him. But I'm just letting you know, that was a huge loss for me. You know, that's like losing my daughter. It goes my daughter and then my brother, Marco. But all my family, is like, I'm a family type nigga anyway. I'm a family type nigga. I love my family. But Marco had a special piece in my heart because I knew he genuinely struggled with me not being out there. You feel me? And I took that loss harder than anything I ever took on Crip. And it don't make me no less of a nigga, no less of a man, because I'm more than a man that has damn near all of them motherfuckers out there on Crip. I know what I can do. But that told me up. That told me up on Crip. That told me up. That broke me down to the lowest common denominator. On the set. I felt low as fuck when my brother died on Crip. And that could have been avoided. That could have been avoided. Yep. What I'm saying is, think before y'all act. Because the shit y'all do could affect the next person that looks up to you and shit. Because I wouldn't want no nigga to feel. I mean, there's people that's gonna go through what I'm going through anyway. It's life. People live and people die. But if it can be avoided from you, then let it be avoided from you. Let life take its toll. Don't speed up the process. That's what I did. That's what I felt because, you know, my brother didn't have to go like that on Crip. He didn't have to go like that. For sure. I feel hella bad. I sit back. I think. I cry. I mean, shit, I'm a real man. I got feelings.
Oh, yeah.
On the set. And I'm just expressing how I really feel on the set. And that was my loved one. Chris. That's the person I was looking forward to getting out to was my little brother Marco. I promise you. And when I swear to God, on my daughter's life.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got these lawsuits going on. When I was going, if I would have won some money, I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I was thinking that was going to be the second check I cut was to Marco. I swear to God, the first check is to my daughter off top. She gets first dibs. The second check was to put Marco up in a little spot. Feel me? Give him something. Feel me? Let him know I motherfucking care. But I can't do that no more. But I know what I can do now. I can step up in his shoes and be there for his daughter. Somebody that's linked to him to show him. Feel me?
Oh, yeah.
On the set. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be there for my little niece. And I'm going to try my best to stay out. Because this time that I'm doing, not only did it affect my little brother, it's affecting my daughter, and I see it and I hear it in her voice every time I talk to her. Life is starting to beat her up too. From on the set, my daughter is beautiful as hell. Like she's beautiful, but kids are evil. They bully her because she's pretty, because she's mixed, she's black.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
From she's real like caring and humble and loving, but kids bully her, and now they got her feeling bad about herself because she's already vulnerable because I'm gone. Because I'm gone, and now they making her feel more bad about herself for being black and Mexican and having curly hair. And my daughter is beautiful as hell. And I ain't putting kids on none of that, but she don't think so. And and I need to be out there to be able to change all that, because my daughter should never have to go through that, because man, trust me, when I get out, she won't have to worry about none of that no more. My daughter, I love my daughter to death, so I don't never want my daughter, going through none of that my brother had to go through on Crip, because that will kill me on Crip. This damn near broke a nigga heart into a million pieces. And if I lose my daughter, that's really gonna kill a nigga on Crip. Like, straight up. I can't even lie. That's gonna kill a nigga. So I know I have to do.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I have to do right. I'm gonna hit you right back right now.
All right. Hell yeah. But you can't blame yourself. You feel me? A lot of things is meant to be. You can't blame yourself. You feel me? And you know that fentanyl out here is taking down people.
But yeah, I feel you. But I know what me and Marco. You know what me and Marco.
Oh hell yeah.
Relationship.
Y'all, that's Boo Boo and Papa, nigga. Boo Boo and Papa.
On the set, the terrible kids.
Y'all motherfuckers burning down garages and shit.
we was the baby kids. Man,
yeah.
Burnt down garages, burnt down canyons. We did everything together.
The Boo Boo and Papa.
Man, we was terrible on Crip. And I'm gonna miss him like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Me too.
That was my dog.
Call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Oh yeah. You know, we trying to get the mural done. You know, we downtown handling the situations and at Marco's like memorial site where they got the candles lit and all that. You feel me? Everybody there, everybody crying, everybody going through it. It was tight. Everybody came up, showed Marco a lot of love. They said they knew him. They said he a good dude and this and that. But then the homie, I think his name was Cripstick from West Coast. He came running up and he was almost damn near in tears.
Neighborhood.
From neighborhood, my bad. He was damn near in tears.
From West Coast. Yeah.
My bad. And he was like, hey, we got the homies. We're going to do this mural for Marco. Already got the essays lined up. All we need is the paint. He said, I was with Marco when he got out of jail. That's my homie. That's my little homie, da-da-da. And we was like, okay, cool, shit. So we went and got the paint. We got it to him. Nigga, next thing you know, we come back, the paint missing. We find out that Cripstick was down there tripping with a knife, threatening to stab people and grabbing the paint and going all crazy. I called this nigga, like, where you at? He said, nigga, man, I'm sorry. So they got me, they ganked me for the paint. So I'm fucking tight. You feel me? This shit had me messed up that trip. Because we was trying to get a cool little mural done for my little bro, you feel me? But fuck it. That's how it go down there. It's grimy.
I mean, it's grind central, but like I said, I just need a connection to the street. I can get that. It's nothing. A motherfucker can get that handle. It's nothing. Cripstick ain't a bad nigga. I know Cub from the pen. That's a good nigga. Cub used to look out for me and shit when I was a young nigga in the pen, some lurking on some goon shit. You feel me? Cause he used to keep a nigga up under his wing and shit. As a couple of other older homies used to do to me and shit. Feel me? Keep me out the way. But cuz ain't no bad nigga. It seemed like, but
He put it on the hood that he said he gonna get it done. He's told me he don't do drugs. He just drink, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what nobody does nowadays because I didn't know Marco used drugs. I thought he only smoked weed and drank beer on crack. And then I'm finding out this shit. You feel me? So, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, but cuz ain't no bad dude. If cuz say he gonna handle it, cuz I believe cuz. You feel me? I mean,
okay.
what I grew up with, cuz was a stand-up character. You feel me? In the pen. Cuz was a stand-up type nigga. What I grew up with, bro.
Okay.
That was in the early 2000s when I was like 18, 19. But cuz is a cool nigga though. Cuz is a cool nigga. I believe him. Cuz, I mean, you know, but cuz, like, I'm not going for none of my people getting burnt by none of my homies and none
Hell
of that.
no.
Feel me? And a motherfucker gonna have to holler at me, and I don't think a lot of motherfuckers don't like hollering at me in that kind of way. Feel me? Like, straight up, like, I ain't trying to be no tough guy or no a ditch for my little brother. From somebody that, you know, I love. Feel me? Like, nigga, that's gonna get done. I mean, even if I gotta beat a nigga ass, nigga.
Nah, I believe him too. You know.
Niggas, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I was mad about that though.
I ain't talking about cuz. Cuz is gonna get it done, but it's the people that's supposed to do it for him. Because I know Crip said he ain't gonna do it.
He said he had the essays. Yeah, he said he had. I talked to one of the essays too. He said he was gonna do it. I said, how much? He said, no, for Marco, nothing. That's what the essay said. He said, don't give me nothing.
On the set. That's how much, you know, respect Marco had. You feel me? Marco used to get around, you feel me? Like, and plus, you know, motherfuckers, a lot of the real Crips around here, they been in prison with me, or they heard about me and shit, and they know that's my little bro. You know, Marco been doing this thing out there, so
for a long time.
They know, you feel me? Like, hey,
how did
don't like me.
How did he feel back in the day when you joined the gang and shit? You started gang banging.
Who? How?
Marco.
How Marco? Shit. I mean, Marco, he was right behind me, like, but I didn't know he was gonna make the leap because Marco was a good kid. You feel me? But he would look at me and I guess from the distance admire my gangster because I didn't even know he had an interest in being a Crip, straight up until I went to the pen. And then I'm hearing he Blackbird little homie or something. I didn't even know because I was supposed to be from neighborhood, like I said, but I ended up being from West Coast. And a gang of original Crips that knew me from back then know that, you know, they know what I was supposed to be and they know the story why I ended up banging West Coast. So that's something I don't have to really get into. But, you know.
I think you talked about it before, so y'all could go back and check out his old episodes. He spoke on that.
Yeah. Long story short, the nigga that told on me, he was from West Coast. But when we went to jail, he ended up, the homie Lil Smash ended up letting him bang neighborhood, and I was banging neighborhood. So when they did that, I was like, cuz I'm not gonna be from the set this nigga from. Whoop-de-whoop. So the homies from the West, Nephew Jimmy, Baby Sad, Baby Dirt, you feel me? And some other niggas. They was like, cuz, you grew up in the hood. You grew up around all the homies. Come on home, cuz. Nigga, yeah, for sure take you. Nigga, West Coast, for sure. I was like, for sure? Y'all niggas want me to be from y'all? They was like, hell yeah, nigga. Hell yeah. So I was like, shit, cuz, alright. I got put on, nigga. I started being from the West. But, you know, I wanted to be from the hood. I was going to be from the 41 block, 41st Street.
Mm-hmm.
From the worst street, 41st Street. With
Mm-hmm.
Tiny P-Roll and all that. Feel me?
Hell yeah.
But,
With the homie Rock
yeah,
and Blackbird of them.
I end up on the set, Rock, all them, feel me? The homie, I end up becoming from the West and shit. The homies was mad, though. The neighborhood homies was mad. They was mad because they knew they lost the good one.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the real one. But, you know, I can't do that. You feel me? I can't condone a buster. I mean, cause, you know, I don't like disrespecting people, dead people, you feel me? But back then, cuz was a buster. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I didn't condone that. But I'm gonna let the dead man rest because I don't want nobody disturbing my brother in his peace. So I ain't finna talk shit about a nigga I really don't care for why he in his peace. You feel me? On the set. That's just how I am. I'm a real nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how the story went. That's how the story went. But you know.
So Marco ain't
yeah, I talked about the whole thing.
My bad.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What happened?
Nah,
go ahead.
I was just saying.
Go
So
ahead.
Marco, when you joined the set, whatever, Marco wasn't interested. He wasn't on you, like asking you and whatever.
Yeah. Nah, look, like I was saying, cause Marco was a good kid. He was working. He got checks and did good in school and with the bitches and all that back then. When I came to prison, I didn't know he was interested in cripping on Crip. I didn't know. I thought he was going to be a good kid, go to college, get the good job, you know, become something in life. Feel me? I didn't realize Malcolm was interested in cripping on Crip. But I knew they was on some gangster shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They was with a nigga, if, you know, I was in a rumble or something, they was with it. But I didn't know they was on no gangster shit until, you know, I came to prison. And I'm hearing when they grew up, Malcolm's Youngster West and Marco Slickbird from Neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where did this come from? My two little brothers, I thought I was the only one. But nah, they followed in my footsteps. You feel me?
Mm.
And, you know, Malcolm, that's my little pit bull. I gotta keep him, you know, keep him on I gotta talk to him sometimes because he'll lose his noodles and get on something.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta tell him, you got something that you got kids out there that need you and shit, nigga. You don't need to be following in my footsteps and shit, nigga. Chris, like Malcolm, that's a real life rider right there, but he did good for his life. He did good in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good for him to move out of San Diego too. Because Malcolm could have easily went down the path I went down. So,
oh yeah.
On the set. He got it in him. But, you know. But yeah, our little brothers. So, and then all we was doing was following y'all. You know, even though y'all wasn't gang banging, y'all was gangster in the street. Y'all used to have niggas following y'all and shit, and all type of shit. Niggas, that's how, I'm intrigued by gangster shit. I don't care. Like, I don't know. I want to be a square in life, but I don't know how to be a square. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Because I'm so.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
So caught up in the game, it's like, fuck, let a nigga go.
Nah, the OGs, they coming out and they squaring up. I was talking to my friend just a minute ago. He picking up his OG that got out 30 years. He got a job and he said don't get me involved in no fuck shit. And he's like one of the top niggas of Damu out here, whatever he did 30 years.
Okay.
He's squaring up. They all they know life. They like, oh, I'm old now, I went through it. Let me square up and let me take care of my family and live life, live it out.
Okay. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, that's what life is about. People dying. You feel me? Marco gonna be forever young in my vision.
Oh yeah, he forever young.
That song I listened.
I thought about
I
that too.
listened to that and cried. That was the Jay-Z song I dedicated to him, and I cried my eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I thought about that too.
I'm gonna get to the drugs.
Yeah. All right, you recording?
But yeah, like I said, you know, you know, even though, you know, me and Gucci, which is my co-defendant, which is the nigga that told on me, even though, you know, we didn't see eye to eye, you feel me? I didn't wish that upon him, but karma is a motherfucker, you feel me? And that's what drugs does. That's what drugs do to people. Now, people need to realize nowadays everything is cut with fentanyl. Anything you buy off the street is cut with fentanyl, bro. That shit is a deadly motherfucker. You feel me? It's a deadly motherfucker. You can't do nothing without. You can't trust nobody. Get nothing. Because one minute you can be living and active and drinking and smoking, and next minute you can be getting buried. You feel me? That shit ain't no joke. And that's what, you know, that's what the family tell me that my brother, you know, may have.
Well, they said on the autopsy it was found in the system, a little bit of it or whatever. But that could mean anything.
See, but on the thing, I mean, he could have breathed it in, but you know, because I heard of people touching fentanyl and they died, or they damn near died. I seen a motherfucker cut up some drugs in prison. You feel me? And he was touching it. That's all he did. He didn't use. He didn't do none of that. He just touched it. He went on to the day room on Crip and fell out. Nigga, they had to hit the nigga about 3-4 times with the Hurricane.
He almost died.
And he didn't use it. He almost died. Dead. And he didn't even use nothing. He didn't use no drugs.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah.
Drug free. Just touching the shit.
Damn.
That's how powerful it is. You feel me?
And when you out there, because I just got back from
that shit.
I got back from Cali not too long ago,
Yeah.
and where Marco was and where he was found and stuff. And you know, it's real gut out there right now. I don't know if y'all know, but San Diego got a tent city, and it's like real low bottom skid row type of vibe. And you know, Marco was out there. He's a part of that. You know, they fuck with him out there, even though he might have been hustling. He got found with Jordans on or whatever else. But at the same time, when you in that element, you know, you close to all the shit, so you could easily touch some shit or do some shit. You feel me or whatever? I don't know, but yeah, it's gutter down there. It's real bad over there. And the low bottoms and the bottoms in San Diego, from 17th Street and shit.
No joke. It's no joke. Motherfuckers, you know, hey, if you able to, you know, help your loved ones to stop fucking with that shit, cuz that shit killing black people. On Crip, white people, Mexicans, whoever, you kill it. That shit. And if you love the people around you, bro, get them off that shit, cuz. Unless you gonna be feeling the same way I felt, nigga. Straight up. Nigga. And that's a horrible feeling. I don't never want to feel that way again. Nigga. I couldn't even talk 2 words without crying, nigga. On Crip. When I first, man, that shit, my heart damn near dropped to my toes, nigga, when my brother was trying to tell me and I put 2 and 2 together. On Crip, like, that shit's hard, nigga, that's hard. My brother had a hard time telling. It was hard listening
Hell
to
yeah.
that shit.
That was the hardest thing I ever did. One of them. Shit. Niggas, the family ain't even want to tell
That was the worst. Man, and it was on Father's Day. It was on Father's Day, too.
you.
And I'm locked up. The worst news ever. The worst news I ever heard. And I done had homies die and all type of shit. My cousin, Michael, died.
Mm-hmm.
Got shot.
Yep. Jonathan got shot. I got the picture up right now with Marco and Jonathan.
Got shot. Yeah.
It's a picture with Marco and Jonathan I got up right now as you talking.
Oh yeah, I need that. I need that. I need that. You can't send me that. Okay.
You know they two niggas watching over you right now.
Right there. They on the set. They joined back up in heaven. Okay. I believe that. My brother ain't committed suicide. He didn't want to kill himself.
Nah,
He was
hell
living
no.
life. He loved his daughter too much to go out like that. Okay. So I know it was an accident, whatever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He loved his daughter way too much. And loved his family too. And couldn't wait for me to get out. Okay. When a nigga talked to her, tell me straight up. But shit, you know, like horrible things happen when you get that white powdery substance. That's called silent death. You feel me? Okay. That shit was killing me. Straight up. Man, that shit is horrible. I don't know who the fuck made that, but whoever made that, they need to put all of it down his throat and let him die from that shit. Okay.
Hell yeah, man. That
Straight
shit
up.
is fucked up.
I ain't even lying. Because he killing innocent people straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Dr. Phil episode and shit. You feel me? Because I was talking about how they got like pills out there, colors of candy, like Easter colors, bright colors, nigga, fentanyl pills.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, and guess who goes after the colorful candy shapes? Kids.
Mm-hmm.
They targeting kids. Man, I wouldn't. Man, that ain't even a thought that went across my mind. Man, nigga, I don't even want to think about that straight up because I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do if that ever happens. I don't even want to talk it into existence.
Hell no. Shoot, that's crazy.
Look what these niggas is doing. They targeting kids now. Nigga,
sickos.
You know, kids. And they putting it. Look, you know, the gateway. They say the gateway drug is weed. Nigga, look, they putting it on weed.
Yeah.
Nigga, yep. The fuck kind of sick ass nigga do that?
They put on everything. I don't give a fuck.
Put that shit on weed, man. On crip, nigga. You can't even enjoy your high no more.
Nope.
On crip, nigga. You can't even enjoy your high no more, nigga.
And you know, a lot of that shit coming from the cartels. So when you in San Diego, that's where you know it hit. They go first.
It's coming from cartel, but I heard that Chinese made that drug though.
For real?
Even though the cartel picked it up, I heard China made that drug, and that drug fentanyl is a medical pharmaceutical.
Mm-hmm.
It's for IV treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. It's a pharmaceutical that help with pain. That they done turned into a fucking drug that's killing motherfuckers now.
Left and right.
At first it was used to help people. Man, these motherfuckers are sick in the world. They sick. Nigga. And
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And nigga, I hate that happened. This happened to me, but I love it too. Because if my brother wouldn't have died, nigga, I wouldn't give two fucks about fentanyl or talking about it.
Yeah.
But it took my brother. Now I got something to say about that shit.
Hell yeah, me too.
On crib. It took my brother. Now I got something to say to that shit.
Any nigga dealing with
Y'all
that
shit
shit,
too.
fuck him. You feel me? Any nigga that know about that shit and dealing with it, fuck him too. Cause you know this shit killing people.
On Crip. Anybody that know, nigga, that on the set, be a man, nigga. Go get a gun and pop somebody if you want to kill him. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Slick nobody no fucking fit, no. Nigga, the fuck kind of weird ass nigga is you? Be a man.
That's that white boy shit.
You want to down something? Be a man. On the set, nigga. That's like a white boy going into elementary shooting up little white kids.
Sick shit.
Come on, cuz. Who the fuck, man, who the fuck does that? That shit's sick, nigga. And people that don't even deserve that type of shit. My brother ain't never went to jail. You probably did one time, I heard.
He did. He went to jail a couple times, but
he never went to jail.
Yeah. He had a little
on some small shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
he had a little crack case back in the day.
Like
whatever.
Like drug case, you feel me? Like you know, small shit.
Little shit.
You know, I went there. And I mean, you know,
but Marco was definitely innocent.
Here,
Marco was a good dude. Solid, loyal motherfucker.
Way good dude. Like, hella loyal. My mom was looking forward to getting older and having him take care of her. And he was too, probably.
Yeah, that's what he told her.
Straight up. On the set. Man, my brother, man, come on, man. That's the loyalest nigga on Crip. That's why I'm saying. That nigga was so loyal, nigga, that I can't even, damn, why even think. He was so loyal, nigga, that it drove him to use because of shit I put him through. You feel me? On Crip. I mean, I know motherfuckers be like, nah, I didn't do it, nah, but I don't feel that way. I felt like I did. That's something I gotta live with. That's something I gotta deal with. You feel me? That's the pain, nigga, that I gotta go through. You feel me? But nigga, I can't suck out of life. I can't suck out of life.
Hell no.
I got somebody else waiting for me.
But that's your example. That's what you was talking about. About what you do affect other people. That's what you were saying. So you gotta deal with it. That's how it goes. Just like me, my actions affected y'all too.
On the set. Man, but come on, bro. You didn't teach us how to use drugs. I mean, you might have taught us how to be gangsters in the street and all that type of shit, how to get money. But you ain't taught us how to be no crackheads and be no motherfucking drug users and all that.
We ain't do that.
Like,
None
you
of
can't
that.
put that on you. You can't put that
The
on
other
you.
shit affected y'all.
Put that on you.
Talking about other shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course. But that's the choice I made. That's the choice I made.
And that's a choice Marco made. He was a grown man. Sorry to say.
Like on the set, that's a grown man choice. But it's a choice that hurts people.
Yeah.
That shit hurt me.
Hurt me.
And sometimes motherfuckers gotta suck. That people gotta. The consequences and repercussions are called for that. If somebody knowingly slid my brother, that consequences and repercussions need to come to that ass, and I'm the man that's gonna give it to him. On West Coast, like I'm not with none of that, bro. My brother ain't deserved none of that, nigga. My brother was a free spirit.
Yeah, but just like you said, you do some shit, that shit affecting everybody's again, so, and it's affecting your daughter and all that, so.
I already know. That's what I already know. I know that. And that's why I said, I got people waiting for me. I can't just suck out of life like I want to. I want to suck out of life, but I can't. And what I mean by that, nigga, I don't want to live with this no more. But
you have 60 seconds remaining.
I got a daughter and shit that's waiting on me, depending on me and shit. So I can't suck her out of life. She needs me more than anything, and my brother's daughter's gonna need me too. Because memory alive. So straight up.
Yeah, that little girl lost her dad. None of us.
I'm about to call you right back one more game
All right.
on the set.
That little girl lost her
On the set.
dad.
I'm
Ain't
thinking
none of
about
us
back
go through
one
that.
more.
She lost her dad and she loved him and she knew him.
Man, on the
Feel
set.
me?
On the set. Loved him like a motherfucker. Loved him like a motherfucker. So, Chris, that shit, that's a horrible film.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hell yeah. Hey, you ain't got no stories about Marco and stuff or whatever?
Man, I got a gang of stories. You feel me? Like what kind of story you want to hear? Shit, me and Marco, you feel me? Like when we was younger, I can remember like growing up, like it was me and him, Batman and Robin, Boo Boo and Papa,
Boo Boo and Papa.
Tom and Jerry. You feel me? Me and Marco, we used to argue like a motherfucker, pinky in the brain. You feel me? We used to argue like a motherfucker. Straight up. But yeah, me and my little brother Marco. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace. Like
Rest
we
in
was
peace.
little, and I remember playing in the backyard and shit. You feel me? And we ran across some matches and shit. You feel me? And I think Marco found them. And we was like he started sparking the lights and shit. Started sparking the lights and throwing them. And I was like, oh, I want to try. Give me it. So I took them from him. And I was like, come over here, let's go in the corner. So we was in the alley. That was in the side of the house. We went to the side of the house and there was a mattress right there and shit. So, nigga, I lit a match and my stupid ass, I was holding it, nigga, for too long. And we was just admiring the flame. Like two badass little kids just admiring the flame. And that motherfucker got too close to my fingers and burnt me and I threw that motherfucker. And yeah, I didn't even see the flame come either. I didn't even see it. All of a sudden, nigga, we started seeing smoke, nigga. And then little flames started coming. And I tried to stomp that shit out. It wasn't going. None of that was happening. You feel me? And next thing I know, it was a big ass flame. And I was like, oh, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. So me and Marco, we run. And then, like, the whole mattress is on fire now. The whole side of the garage is on fire. You know, Mom and my pops, they rented the garage out to some white people. You feel me? So all the white people shit is in that garage and shit. You feel me? Or whatever. And but that whole mattress was on fire. And the side of the house, the side of the garage was on fire. So we was panicking now. So we ran, I remember we ran around the whole block and ran to the front of the house. And I swear to God, we stood there like we ain't know nothing and ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all knew it was us, but we played it off. We thought we was slick. Nigga,
I couldn't imagine how y'all look.
Nigga, y'all found out, boy, on the set.
I
Like,
remember that.
the firemen and shit,
That
ran
shit was
on
crazy.
set. Like, I remember, like, they found out, and then I guess the police talked to Nia or Anwar. One of y'all, whoever was the oldest that was at the house, I think it was Anwar, because Nia was at work, and Mom and Dad, you know, they was doing their thing. They was out there, you know, in the streets. But, they came back home. I mean, Nia came home that night, boy. We got our ass whooped that night. Y'all punched on us some. And,
I ain't punch on you.
y'all punched on us.
I was too little. I ain't punch on you.
No, I mean, look, man, y'all was young. You was young back then, and we was young. So it wasn't no abuse or nothing. So it was like on some big brother, little brother shit. Like big brother punching up a little brother, like, y'all stupid motherfuckers. The fuck y'all? You know, it wasn't no abuse type shit or none of that. I don't want motherfuckers saying that.
No.
But yeah, that's what happened. But
that's
big
crazy.
sister came and whooped our ass. You put us on timeout and shit. And shit, next thing I know, my mom, she got clean and shit. And then I remember, like a year or something later, my mom gets a mail in the mailbox talking about we gotta attend arson classes or whatever. And I remember we had to walk hella far. We was walking hella far to go to them arson classes and shit. We only went one time though.
I don't remember that.
Like
That's
that
crazy.
one time, mom seen the distance. The mom seen the distance. She was like, "Oh no, that's not gonna happen. Y'all just gonna have to have this on y'all record. Y'all shouldn't have did that." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Marco. And then, you know, I remember, you know, Marco, like, I always stood up for Marco. And I remember this one time, I got out of prison and I was living with...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I was living with Marco and his baby mama and shit. And I had just got off the pen and shit. I had ran away from the program and all that. But, you know, he didn't have no money and I didn't have no money. So I got a couple of dollars. And then I went back to the block and I started hustling. What I do, selling rocks and shit. And I remember coming home, going to even Marco's house and having a gang of money. And I remember Marco like, "Man, what's up, big bro? Like, how can I get that too? Woo-woo." And I shouldn't have did it, but I was like, all right, for sure. I took him out there and we was making money and shit. And then one day we split up. Marco wanted to go his way and I went my way. And like an hour after that, they called me on my phone. And I was like, what's happening? I was on the block. And they was like, hey, your brother got jumped. He's bleeding and shit. It's bad. So I was like, where the fuck he at? And they was like, he on 12. So nigga, I swear to God, I took off down that motherfucking strip. Man, what? I ran Michael Johnson status, nigga, on Crip. Like, I got there 2.2 seconds fast. Nigga, and I was like, what the fuck? What happened? Nigga, what you want? And I seen Marco and I panicked. Nigga, like, what the fuck? Nigga, who did this to you? What you want? And Marco didn't want to tell me because he knew what I was going to do. I swear to God on my daughter's life, this happened. He knew what I was going to do, so he was like, man, I was like, who did it, nigga? He said, 3 dudes jumped me, woo-woo. I swear to God on my daughter's life and on Marco's grave. I didn't even listen to who the descriptions of niggas or nothing. Nigga, I walked to the trolley station and 2 of my little homies was behind me. And first 3 dudes I seen was in red, nigga. And I got on them immediately. I started disrespecting them, saying, oh, y'all like jumping people? And I got the disrespecting they you know, their colors and shit and all that. And I was like, come around the block, woo-woo. And I looked back and my 2 little homies was there. They was ready to get down with it. But I thought I was going to have to fight the 3 dudes by myself. But my 2 homies was in the back of me. But that's where my anger took me. Like, I don't give a fuck. When you fuck over somebody in my family, I'm going there. But long story short, they before I can get the 3 niggas around the corner, because they wasn't going to come, they were scared. On Crip, on my daughter's life, on West Coast, they were scared. But I got a call, man, and it was BA, and BA was like, look, Marco said one of the dudes is right here. And I was like, man, I ain't say no more. So I hung up and I ran up the block. It was a few blocks. I ran up there. Bam, and I was like, where you at? I took off my shirt. I was on huff. I'm fresh out of jail, prison and shit. Didn't use no drugs at the time. All swole. Just ridiculously muscled up. And I was like, what's up, nigga? Niggas is like, they scared. They like, oh, man. And then Marco, I was like, Marco, tell me where the fuck he at. Y'all call me over here, tell me where the fuck he at. And he said, bro, just chill. Just chill. Because there was a police across the street. They was giving somebody a ticket at the Wonder Bread Factory.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, tell me where the fuck he at. And he was like, he right there. So I looked. It was a tall, light-skinned nigga. I walked up to him. I was like, oh, you old bitch-ass nigga, I'm finna kill you. Come on around the corner, nigga. I said, where you from, nigga? He told me where he was from. I got the disrespect in his hood, nigga. I said, come on around this corner, nigga. I'm finna beat the brakes off him. Nigga, we couldn't even get around the corner before I took off on the set. Like, the police was right there.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
BA, everybody down there can confirm this story. Nigga, I took off on him, dropped him, bam. Nigga, as soon as I dropped him, I got the stomping on him. Bam, the police, they looking at the commotion, but they can't see us because the car's blocking. Mm-hmm. But they see a gang of people, like, around, like, trying to get me up off them. So I'm stopping them, and they trying to pull me up off them. So when they get me up off, I snatch his backpack up off him. I opened that up, dump all the shit out that he had up in there, dumped that out, took the shoes off, tied him, threw him over the fence. Nigga, told him to give me his wallet. Nigga, so I break your face. Nigga had me his wallet. I took the little $6-7 he had, gave it to Marco. Here, nigga, y'all like robbing niggas, and I got the pounding on them some more. Bing, bing. And I damn near broke my arm on that boy. I swear to God. I swear to God, I damn near broke my arm on that boy.
Damn.
On Crip. And that night, like Marco BA, this girl named Dahlia, and the two little homies finally got me up off because, and they was like, man, the police is coming. The police got in their car and they hit a U-turn, and they started driving down that one-way street the wrong way. But they was trying to see what the fuck was going on. Mm-hmm. And then they seen the big, tall, ice-skinned dude hop up with no shoes on, no nothing, walking down the street, like, stumbling and shit. And I thought I was going to jail that day on West Coast. I was like, man, I'm going back to jail, Marco. I started handing him my shit like, here, bro. Like, I'm going back. You feel me? The cops drove right past me and shit. And Marco had a shirt over his face. His nose was bleeding and shit because they split his nose and shit. Mm-hmm. I bought him a t-shirt, a $5 shirt. A nigga was selling the shirt. I bought it $5. I bought him one. Told him to change his shirt and shit. We went up the street to let the scene clear out and shit. Stop getting hot. But I took him to the emergency room that night to get his nose stitched up. My arm felt like it was broke on Crip. It felt like it was broke. Like I swear to God, it was the worst pain I ever felt. And I was going to get it checked out, but they said if I get it checked out, they got to do a report and call the police because Marco's nose and my arm, it might have been broke or sprung. That was like, look, what you should do is tough it out because it don't look broke. So to stop us from getting the police involved, you should tough it out. Let us sew your brother's nose up, and then y'all can go on about your business and get Tylenol or whatever. So I was like, all right, for sure. I'm going to just tough it out. So I waited there until they were done with Marco. And we went home, and when he seen him, she freaked out. She thought I let Marco get jumped and all that. I was like, nah, never. Nigga, I said, man, I damn near told that, I damn near killed that boy when I seen what happened to my brother. But Marco was like, yeah, he didn't let nobody do nothing to me. But,
you have 60 seconds remaining.
And his baby mama loved him, huh?
He was scared about, loved him on the set, loved him. You feel me? She was ready to flip out on me over him. You feel me? And Marco, he just had love and strange friends. Like, a gang of people love this nigga, for sure, because he's a good nigga. He was cool, kicked back. Like, he wasn't an issue. You know? that's one thing I'm gonna miss is that, you know, my brother, he didn't deserve what he got. You feel me? But he ain't hurting no more. You feel me?
No.
But I love him. Rest in peace, Marco.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna try
I
to
love him.
call you back one more, but I'm gonna hit up my baby mom real quick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call you back.
All right.
But I love you.
Love you too, huh?
Rest in peace, Marco. All right,
Rest in
fam.
peace.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit y'all.
Yeah, you know, I ain't been doing these since my brother passed. And I ain't get on the live and nothing, but I'm gonna get back on it. And we gonna relaunch me and EST 87. And we gonna get into some things, but shout out to everybody that's sticking by me and shit. Going through a lot, but guess what? Your boy gonna bounce back. You know why? Because I could never be weak. But shout out to everybody. Peace.